Hello. So I recently did cover coping mechanisms, and I think it was in a short. But I'm coming back to talk about deep programming and deconditioning, reconditioning, uh, being on autopilot, things like that. So sit still. We're gonna do some cooking. I got some water. So we have habits to make ourselves feel better. We have coping mechanisms that we go and reach to do to make ourselves feel better. These are self-medications, food, sex, masturbating, porn, drugs. Working out can be a drug too. Alcohol, other people, staying distracted, not thinking, not being connected with our minds, not being connected with our spirits. Anything that takes you out of your present moment can turn into a type of addiction. My grandmother, she loved her books. She had a small library. She liked to spend her time somewhere else in the pages of a book, and she was very, very smart. But where your attention goes, your energy flows, right? But when it comes to conditioning, right, we don't necessarily know or watch our behaviors every single moment of every single day and ask ourselves why we're doing these things. And we should. It's all about presence, cultivating presence, deep presence with yourself, and figuring out what your deep down motivations really are, why you do the things you do, what emotions are connected with these behaviors. It takes a lot of dissecting, deconditioning, opening up, looking at things deeply, and doing away with things that you're addicted to, or things that make you feel good, getting rid of them for either a time or permanently, because they, ultimately don't serve you, or they're an addictive quality, or any number of reasons, right? So whatever reasons we're doing this, maybe it just keeps you from your truth. Maybe, you decided it was healthier for you to be vegan, and you're trying to, decondition your mind from eating cheese, which is really hard because it's a drug. There's narcotic properties in cheese. There's, so many different ways you can spin this, and that's a great, PG way of putting it. Cheese. I don't know why they're shouting in the neighborhood. Hope nothing's going to pop off anytime soon. I'm just sitting here in my car. So, we have things like church, television, our parents, our families, all these things to program us into types of behaviors and habits. So in my case, my family had big substance abuse issues. So every time there was a feeling, there was a pill for that. Pharmaceuticals. My gateway drug was pharmaceuticals, and I spent a long time trying to figure that one out. And I don't take any benzodiazepines. I don't take any mood elevators. I don't take any antidepressants. I don't take any painkillers. I don't take any muscle relaxants. And I just turned 40. I don't take any of that shit. The only thing I do take ever is for asthma or antihistamines. All right. Anyways. So I was raised to pop pills when you had a feeling, or do something, reach for something to make you feel better and jump you out of that feeling. And for a long time, I used alcohol. I haven't had a drink. I've quit drinking before, but at this current time, I haven't had any alcohol since July 20th of 2024. And I don't see any reason to get off this path. I know, it's like, I understand that it's a poison, but I also understand that this is a life on this planet, and there might be an occasion to drink at some point. And if that occasion does come up, if it's a celebration, it depends on the good reason for it, and I know that I will pay a price for it. But it's not something I'm wanting to do to my body because I love myself, because I love being in top condition, because I love feeling good. So I don't drink right now. And it's not a cheap style of feeling good. It's a deeper feeling good, right? So there's feeling good in the moment, and then there's feeling a deeper sense of reward because you've either kept your own word or met your goals, internal goals. You know, you've had your own internal rules and you're following them. So these things come with time. It takes a minute to figure out yourself from your programming. You have to ask yourself, why am I doing this? What purpose does it serve me to keep doing it? You should be asking yourself of this of every one of your habits on a regular basis, just to keep doing audits, to be honest, to make sure that you're staying authentic and spontaneous. You have to get out of your object permanence in life, because that's what humans do, is we get in these little repetitions, cycles of routine, and then we get into our programming and we continue the things, and we're not necessarily happy, but we're got so much momentum, and it's hard to disrupt the momentum. So this is really what it is disrupting the programming, identifying where it began, becoming present enough to figure out why you're still doing it, and the momentum, really being conscientious of what you're spending your time and energy on. Where's your momentum going? Is your energy being spent wisely? Are you aligned with your goals? Are you putting things in motion that are in alignment with your goals? And this is stuff I talk about with my clients. You can book through www.suigenerisregenerate.com. Reprogramming is reprioritizing, reformatting your mind to work a certain way. Once you stop doing your coping mechanisms, the things that make you feel better in the moment, and start working on your goals and the longevity of the focus that it turns into longevity and long-term goals, you will have a dip where you are experiencing suppressed emotions that were old because you had habits that weren't conducive to healing. You'll have another healing process around these feelings and emotions that you thought you were done with, but you were just covering up. It's like the check engine light sticker falls off, and you can actually see that you have damage still. And I've definitely gone through one of those cycles. I would say this whole winter was one of those cycles. Spring, I was dying all internally all of March. I went into a full glitch. All of March, I was in a death cycle. I even, became a vibrational match to a sickness, a respiratory thing that I'm still getting over to this day. So we need to be very hyper aware of the thoughts we think, the beliefs that we are enacting with our actions, our habits. These daily habits we wear. These are our ethereal clothes. This is what makes up our energy. This is whether or not we're perceived as pure or dark energy beings, whether or not we injure other people as we move through life, or if we're constantly doing our healing process and purging so that we're as pure and clean as possible to be able to be inviting for other people to do their healing processes as well. Are we being respectful of ourselves and our bodies first? Are we doing the basics, working out, getting clean water, air outside, sunshine, moving our energy and body and lymph nodes, and making sure that our electrolytes are getting refed, that we're eating proper food to make sure that our bodies are building a muscle properly? Are we eating food that comes in boxes that's dead, or are we filling ourselves up with true nutrients, whole foods, single ingredient things? Be really mindful about what it is you do to your body, because this is your best friend. This is your best friend. This is all you have. This is your only house that you have to live in. So you have to make choices about your coping mechanisms. Is this short-term goal good for me in the long term? Like I said, asking yourself all these questions. Reconditioning yourself into realizing that what feels like an uphill with learning new things on a daily basis, reaching out for new habits, new actions, new things to take the place of the old things, going out of your way to not do the easy thing, to get out of your comfort zone, which would be either an intoxication or some type of numbing behavior, or not working out, or not doing what going with what you feel like doing in the moment. Sometimes you got to force yourself to get up, all right? Like, sometimes you got to force yourself to do more that day. Touch the phone. It's not always about what you feel like doing. It's about dedication. So you got to get in tune with your dedication. What bricks are you building your life with? It's a beautiful painting, potentially, or it's an ugly painting, potentially. What are you doing with your art that is life? What are you doing with yourself? So, trying to remember all my points that I was going to talk about, and if I've reached it. These coping mechanisms, I'm a 12th houser, all right? Like, I was very, very much, I've quit everything in cycles. I've given a lot up, and there's things that I've quit and never gone back to, like cigarettes. So it takes some intentionality about life. It takes changing autopilot. That's another point I wanted to make. Autopilot. These things, what we do without thinking. We're just reaching for the extra energy drink. Are we really tired, or are we just trying to force ourselves to do something we don't genuinely feel authentic like we want to do? Are we forcing ourselves to fit into molds or situations where we don't belong, and that's why we're reaching for the weed or the caffeine, or some people, I haven't been in a relationship for an extremely long time, but some people would rather stay in their dysfunctional relationship and have entertainment on the side, a roster on the side. That's madness to me. But these are coping mechanisms. These are things that people do. So we need to be hyper aware of these coping mechanisms that we have, these autopilots, and become aware, fighting this thing, fighting these traits with presence, cultivating moment-to-moment presence. And it's like starting with the breath, really. You have to concentrate on focusing on one thing at a time, which would be the in and out here. This gets you closer to your heart space. It gives you a discipline of one thing to focus on, and nothing else is important. It doesn't matter what thoughts pop up in your mind. This is the only thing that's real. there's lots of different kinds of breaths you can do. You can do box breathing. You can do fire breath, you know, Wim Hof. So many different kinds of breathing. But really all it does is get you settled into your heart chakra and really sensing your body again. Movement's a really great way to do this again too. They often go together, but then sometimes the severe big workout will distract you from your healing process because you're too busy working on form and technique. So you want to pick something like stretching or something easygoing, martial art, very flowy, tai chi kind of thing. Be mindful of what you're doing. Pilates, you know, something light. Calisthenics can work too. So, is that all the points I wanted to make? I do want to keep this on the shorter side. Maybe I'll revisit this because it's a big topic that needs to happen. If we don't stay present, we become a self-fulfilling prophecy. The things that we're afraid of happen. People will choose our life paths for us if we don't drive this train. And one of the best ways to do that is to be programmed for the rest of your life. So pay attention to your motivations for doing things and the momentum that you have created for yourself. Why do you do what you do? Okay, that's it for now. Hello, YouTube. I'm going viral on Instagram, and I can't really upload anything new there without and expect it to be seen by anybody. It's just not being promoted. Anyway, I'll be back another day, another time. Click, like, share, subscribe. We love you here. I love you here. I'm the only we for now. I have a service menu. I'm currently not doing astrology readings. I'm doing, you know, what I call liminal space calls. Letting the spirit realm, it's like a portal, opening a portal, and we get into the deep spirituality without necessarily putting it in a tarot reading session or an astrological session or whatever. It's like, I'm a minister as well, so we sit here and get advice from the other side through channeling, listening to your issues, finding creative solutions to issues. So that's what I enjoy doing. And then we, of course, have the tarot sessions right now. So if you're interested in any of that, send me an email on my website and I'll send you my menu, my service menu. Other than that, if you want to work with me, get on one of my lives. I'll be pulling cards sometimes on my lives, and I'll do that for tips, just donations, sliding scale, whatever you can feel like trading for. And then I'll pull your cards live, one-on-one. If you want it private, I'm working on off menus a little, you know, on the other menu. Working off of my service means a little more expensive. But this is what I was put on earth to do, guys. So I just feel privileged to be here. Thank you for being here and watching. And again, that's it. I love you.